Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tech for Law's African Legal Tech Job Market Review with your host, Rob Green. And I'm here to hopefully bring you the data, the jobs, what's happening in the legal tech market across at the African continent, who's coming in, who's leaving, who's hiring, who's firing, and also to try and cut through some of the, dare I say, BS that is out there that could affect the way that you look for these jobs and what your eyes are drawn to. So that's what I want to do this month. I've spent the last month looking very, very deeply, myself and my research team, into the legal tech market, what jobs are available, what's coming up, who's growing, who isn't. And one of the things that really kind of surprised me, really, although I shouldn't have been surprised, but it was very surprising to see how much BS is actually out there that is trying to draw your attention in, and maybe you end up applying for a job that looks amazing, but actually under the surface, once you've scratched under the surface, isn't. So let's first of all, I want to say thank you to our host, Tech for Law. If you haven't been to their website, tech4law.co.za. It is the home of legal tech and law tech news across Africa. Please subscribe to their newsletter today. They are a fantastic team. It'll be great for you to be part of that community. Okay, also thanks to our hosts and our sponsors, umbii.com, umbii.com, the home of future legal careers. Go to umbii.com today, register anonymously. It is the best website for global opportunities for all you legal professionals. Okay, so we have seen a small increase in legal tech jobs this month. We did a research last month, found close to 400 jobs live out there that proclaim in some way to be legal tech. That has increased to about 410. So it's nominal increase, but it's really about what they say and whether they really are legal tech that we want to cut through. We've seen those roles across corporates, government agencies, law firms, and individual service providers, solutions and software providers. So there's a whole myriad of industries that are attached to the legal market that you could work in. The roles themselves are starting to have some amazingly fancy titles, but they are mainly based within research, contracts, business development and marketing, client communications, analytics, which is growing faster than any other area, e-discovery, pricing experts, and that kind of thing. But as I said at the top of this video, I want to try and help you cut through the BS that is out there. You have to remember that many of the job titles are carrying buzzwords. Buzzwords improve search engine optimization. They get eyes on them. They get people drawn into them. And we've noticed that there's a lot of articles and a lot of job adverts proclaiming to be about legal tech and about the increase of AGI. And actually all they're talking about is a chatbot or something like that. So again, no offense to chatbots. Very, very useful, but really, it doesn't always pertain to be it isn't always what it pertains to be in terms of the actual role. So you've got to dig a little bit deeper, and you've got to ask people like ourselves to help you cut through the weeds, as it were. Okay, so be careful of those buzzwords. Be careful of the terms legal tech, law tech, and AGI just appearing as if out of magic, because they boost the chances of that article or that job being seen or being clicked on. Okay, there's also recruitment fairs coming around. There's one here in South Africa that I've noticed about the new law career series hosted by the fantastic Cognia Law. And they have many of their competitors in there, Radiant, Exigent, and a few others. There's also traditional law firms that have taken part in the past. Weber Wenzel, I think, were mentioned, and Norton Rose, and a whole heap of the temp agency, Psych, and others like that. They've all been in there. Just, again, Just be really careful. These are alternative careers, but you want to make sure you know where your career is going. You want to make sure you know what you're going to be doing. They've really embraced the consultant project work sort of ethos, which I very much in support of. So it would just depend on how often you're going to get that work, depending on what the work is. Again, I just want to make sure that you feel like you've got someone on your side when it comes to legal tech, because we're here. My team, my recruitment team, my research team, and we are experts in cutting through that nonsense and making sure you fully understand what you're going into. There are some fantastic careers available at those firms, absolutely amazing places to work. Let's just make sure that you fully understand what you're going into. Now, in terms of that as well, we've seen law firms really jumping on the bandwagon this month. The most prominent one I noticed was Sullivan Cromwell, top 10 law firm in the world. Their CEO has gone all in. We are developing our own AI from discovery to deposition assistance, M&A work. He sees a future where in court, the litigators are going to be referring to their AI machines, their robots. They are developing their own, and that's going to continue. Many law firms are already doing it themselves. I went to see one in Hong Kong in 2017. They were already doing it. They had an enormous tech department sitting right in the middle of all the lawyers, developing software and AGI solutions. And that was 6 years ago. So firms are well ahead of the curve, and it's good to see Sullivan and Cromwell creating new opportunities. What we really think on that front is because there is going to be less and less need for legal assistants, paralegals, those jobs are going to be retrained into data analytics, AGI, solutions architects, those types of job titles. So a great future ahead for those types of positions and people in those careers at the moment. We've seen a real increase this month in jobs around solutions. So solutions advisory directors, solutions architects. Typically, once you cut through that, what does that mean? It means it's taking a case or taking a deal, breaking it down into the sum of its parts, and looking at the technical solutions or the human capital that is needed on each one. Very interesting if you've got an analytical mind and looking at how to deliver the best service. Partly client relationship, partly understanding the law, partly operational. Very interesting position. So keep an eye out on that growing area. Solutions advisory directors and assistants as well. The other things to watch out for as well, I put in my notes here, is look, the legal industry is evolving rapidly this year more than ever. Okay, and AGI and AI is playing a big part of that. But people are using AI and AGI in articles and adverts and videos like this one to get more clicks. And I just really want to make sure that you guys understand exactly what the role is that you're applying for. It's often a very loosely used term, legal tech. There's a lot of eyes on the African continent already, with firms moving in here, using legal tech to get the best talent. I think there'll be a great future ahead. Just be very wary of what the role is and what you're going into. Some job ads are misleading. Some job adverts are absolutely fraudulent. Let's be honest. Like, it's a very common theme that job ads are put on LinkedIn and various other sites that just don't exist. The firm is either looking to data mine and data scrape or get CVs for later on usage, or in worst case scenarios, there's some sort of scam going on. Just be really careful and give us a call and we'll help you navigate. But if you are looking at those jobs, especially on the solution side or client side of things, client communications or analytics, all fun areas of working in within a law firm or in a legal in-house team or in new law or in legal tech, the options are really growing, which is fantastic given how many we've seen law students leaving in their thousands across the continent without many trainee positions. So it's great that these companies like the Cognias are running these series. So it's fantastic. Get them and go and have a look at what's on offer. Anyway, do your research on the job. Understand what they're doing. Understand the pathway that you may have within the firm. you obviously do all your traditional research, reading online reviews and things like that. But just remember that the tech explosion has been going on for the last 6-7 years, really this year more so than ever. Um, but it's still really, really new. So there isn't tens of thousands of jobs out there. The firms in question, some of them don't have a real track record yet, so you don't know how long they've been around. And we found that ourselves. I can give you our example. At GRM, when we were 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, it was difficult to hire the right talent. Now that we're 15 years plus, we've got more of a track record, and that sometimes in a new tech space is a difficult thing for companies to get over. There's also the chance as well, and this is something, it sounds a bit negative, but bear in mind that when you're shifting your career into a tech space, then it's completely and utterly built around the technology and the code, the algorithms, whatever it is. And if you're moving away from a service industry like law and moving into legal tech, can make you susceptible to redundancies. And we've seen it in the fintech space. This year alone, the 12 months, I can think of 6, 7 maybe fintech companies that were hiring like crazy. Thousands of staff across Africa have now whittled down, whittle. And we just saw Sullivan that operate across Africa. They've just got rid of 20% of their staff as well, citing a strategic shift and a more product-led approach. Be wary of those things. Cut through the BS. Understand the role. Contact me if you've got something you want me to understand. I won't charge you for my time. Just send me a question. I'll tell you what it really means. Be careful. Cut through it. Have a look at it. There's some great opportunities out there, especially in solutions and analytics across Africa. There's more and more foreign firms coming in, paying good wages, good local competition as well. It's a hot market, but what comes with a hot market is a lot of, to say it again, BS to cut through. Hope that was useful. I'm going to be talking more about trying to help you cut through all of that nonsense in later stages. Have a great September wherever you are on the continent. Down here in South Africa, the weather's just starting to turn to become good again. So wherever you are, have a great month ahead and enjoy September. Thanks very much.